love the Eagles, let me get a hell yeah. If you love the Philadelphia Eagles, let me get a hell yeah.
You call my mother.
I don't know if I can use it on the sideline.
And tell her that I don't want the macaroni and cheese with the regular noodles. I want the gnocchi. How do you say it? Gnocchi?
Ganache.
Gnocchi, Ganache noodles.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Yeah, not the regular noodles, the Ganache noodles.
I got you.
2-year age difference, so growing up, in typical younger brother fashion, Travis found like all the other ways to get the upper hand, and that was the most annoying thing ever. Whether it was in the back seat, like antagonizing me, and then once I would hit him, he'd start screaming, "Mom, Mom!"
That's such a younger brother
I know,
move
and
right
it was
there.
annoying, and then of course I always got in trouble.
You guys were always competitive?
At everything. It was like we would go from outside to dinner time to playing cards at the table while we're eating dinner.
Always in the backyard, whether it was playing basketball, playing like home run derby with like wiffle ball bats.
I think the competitiveness that we have growing up is very big on why we're even in the NFL in the first place. Any chance that I can get to watch the film and turn on 6'2" out there running around, it's always fun for me. I can watch him play center like somebody would watch a skill player catch a football. It's amusing to me seeing him run around.
There's not a more athletic center that I've seen in football than Kelce. This guy is unbelievable.
I'm mesmerized by a lot of the things he does. It's pretty incredible.
Kelce with an incredible grab. Kelce with big play after big play today.
I still remember playing last year in Kansas City, and Trav gets his shovel pass, makes a guy miss, and then jumps from the 5-yard line all the way into the end zone.
Touchdown! Travis Kelce!
And like half of me is like, that was a huge point in the game, so I'm furious, and the other half of me is like, that's a really good play, Trav. Oh my God, that was really impressive.
Yeah, baby. I'll take this, put it on the rafters. I better hear y'all. Y'all better get some beers going. Hear y'all. All right. After we kick their ass, we'll have some beers.
I mean, the more drinks he has, the better dancer he becomes.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
Okay.
You
What?
just got to get it out of him.
You're
the
right.
more
It's in
drunk-
there.
So the more drunk I am, the more I am like you?
Yeah, and the more.
When you get drunk, you don't become analytical.
I don't go that way.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for your help.
He's the ageless wonder. He's one of those guys you can't really watch film on and try to emulate yourself because there's just certain things he's doing that you can't do.
The man, the myth, the legend. Kelce, I mean, he's that guy.
But he's also, you know, a scrappy guy. He's willing to get in there and make every play a dogfight, and that's what I like about Jason.
Hurts takes it across the 25, 30, and the ball is out, but Kelce was right there.
He's the fastest center, so I don't want to be on just one of those quick reels of saying, oh, he's the fastest, but he is. Like, he gets out there and flies.
Awesome, big old beard. You know, he's probably one of the most athletic people, you know, and he's at center.
Hurts is gonna run and score!
Kelce runs that little kick-out block, and it just opens the Red Sea.
I don't think any other centers can do what Kelce does. In the run game, I mean, there's lots of great centers that can do that, but there's nobody like Kelce in the screen game.
The center, Jason Kelce, watch him hide a little bit. Now go get a block, sustain, feet, yeah! And that springs Goddard for the touchdown.
You get these young guns out here that might do it for 1 or 2 years. You try doing it for 12 years. Kelce is the best center in our game.
Get that seal block. Great job, Jason Kelce. Run him out of the building.
He is by far the best in the league. He's done it at a high level now for 12 years. He has a special body. He can move like a tight end, like his brother. I give him credit. Jason, you're more athletic than Travis. They're able to pull him. He can do the dirty work in the trenches. He's a special breed for centers.
Man, I see him power guys off the ball. He plays with great technique and gets to the second level, and he's usually taking those linebackers for a ride.
The ability to displace a defensive lineman who's, on paper so much bigger than he is. He's just a remarkable football player that's so much fun to watch.
He the only one I've seen get Dexter Lawrence out of there.
The Eagles score. Kelce, what a beautiful piece of work.
The best players that I've been around, one common denominator is, they're all hungry to get better, but also all think that they're the best person on the field. If you're going to be great, you kind of got to have that mindset.
Kelce, what an unbelievable job.
It's the 1-2 at the end of the day.
By high school, Jason's focus turned to football, playing running back and linebacker.
Jason had to prove himself at every level, and he developed a tenacity that he passed on to his brother.
All he knew is that he was going to work hard and give it his best, and sure enough, I was sitting there taking notes, watching him do it the entire time. I only played football because he was playing football.
By Jason's senior year, Travis was a sophomore quarterback slated to become the starter, alongside his brother. But that didn't happen.
Being the fun, happy-go-lucky guy and just trying to enjoy life, I ended up failing French, and I couldn't play my sophomore year of football.
I think he probably felt like had let me down because he missed an opportunity. That was my senior year. That was the only chance we were really going to get to play together. I was looking forward to it.
It was an embarrassing time, knowing that I should have been the starting quarterback, helping my brother shine in his senior year.
Jason graduated and walked on at the University of Cincinnati and switched to offensive line. And it wasn't long before he started lobbying his coaches to recruit his little brother.
I kind of pushed it a little bit. I'm like, why aren't we offering my brother? I think once they saw him, they realized, how big he was, his athleticism and everything. That's when they really started recruiting.
September 7th, 2009, the Bearcats opened the season against Rutgers.
That was our first chance that we finally got to be on the field together. That was something that I thought was going to be really, really cool.
Kelce stays at a quarterback. Again, it's a keeper. At the goal line, touchdown Cincinnati.
I was having the time of my life playing quarterback in college. With my brother, I'm running right behind his big behind.
But it only lasted one game. Travis didn't play much the rest of the season. A season that ended with the Bearcats in New Orleans for the Sugar Bowl. Days before the game, Travis was out on Bourbon Street.
I was down there partying, drinking, smoking, trying to enjoy life and doing things that I wasn't supposed to be doing. And the NCAA came with a drug test, and my heart literally just sunk right to the floor.
Travis played in the game, but after a positive test for marijuana, incoming head coach Butch Jones called him into his office.
Son, you're off the team. I'm taking your scholarship. You'll never play a down of football here at the University of Cincinnati again. That kind of stuff is inexcusable, and I will not tolerate it on my football team. This is exactly how I reacted. I didn't argue with him. At that point in time, I felt like I didn't have anything to argue against. I just felt kind of, empty.
I was definitely mad at first because I think, it was just, this was also coming up on my senior year again. So now both of my senior years in high school and college, we've been in the same school on the same football team, but he's going to be ineligible again, so I won't be able to play with him again.
Either you're going to get it together, you're going to figure it out, or you can get stuck back in Cleveland trying to tell the story of who you could have been.
20-year-old Travis Kelce had hit bottom. With no direction, he turned to where he always looked for help.
I kind of asked him to move in with me so I could keep a closer eye on him, and maybe he would take things a little bit more serious.
Luckily enough, he had a big enough room to fit 2 queen-size beds in. We were dang near sleeping right next to each other.
Jason also lobbied new coach Butch Jones to give Travis one more chance.
My brother came in. My brother came in like he was Superman. I don't know what the heck he told him. I don't know what he said.
I remember me telling him, you know, Travis is a good kid. He just made a stupid mistake. Not only is he a great player, but he's a great person. Everybody loves him. He's a great teammate.
Midway through the spring ball that year, I got a call from Coach Jones, and he said, come meet me in my office. He told me I had to maintain a 3.0. I had to not miss a single class, which at that time in my life was unheard of. I had to find a way to pay for school.
He started working as like a telemarketer to try and raise money. I truly feel like that was like one of the best things that's ever happened to him, because up until that point, he hadn't really been through like a major adverse situation to like have to overcome something and have to work hard to get back in the good graces of the coaches.
And he did. Travis went to class and made Dean's List in the spring. He also was there to celebrate when Jason was chosen in the 6th round of the 2011 NFL Draft by Eagles head coach Andy Reid. Then, that fall, Coach Jones welcomed Travis back on the team. But there was a twist.
He said, I don't need a quarterback, and I think you'd be a heck of a tight end. Everyone sees your athletic ability, and we think you'd be an awesome tight end for us if you want to try and earn a scholarship at tight end. And at that point, I was like, yeah, I could care less what position I play right now.
After a season adjusting to his new position, Travis exploded as a senior, catching 45 passes and 8 touchdowns.
Wynn throws it to Kelce. Kelce's gonna score! 37 yards!
NFL scouts took notice.
Kelce! The big tight end with the game's biggest play, 83 yards!
But they also had some concerns.
What were they saying about Travis?
They said he was a train wreck character-wise. You stay away from this guy.
There were still some questions in the air, and the red flag of getting suspended. So I had to answer that question. I finally get a call, and it's a Missouri area code. And in my head, I'm like, St. Louis? Come on, I don't even want to answer this. I don't like St. Louis? Oh, God. So I answer it, and I'd answer it with pride and everything, and sure enough, it's Andy Reid. And I get caught up, like, oh, this is Andy Reid? Like, hey, coach, how are you? I'm doing good. I'm sitting here with my family. And he tells me, listen, are you gonna f this up? Are you gonna screw up this opportunity if I take you? And I'm stuttering. I don't even know how to answer the question. Coach, I'm gonna give you everything that I have. He says, put your brother on the phone.
And Andy asked me, what Kelce are we getting? Are we getting the one that he was a senior year? Or are we getting the one that, you know, every scout has told us to look out for? You know, no, I'm vouching for him. You're getting the best tight end in this draft.
I was excited to have him as a player, but I knew a lot about him and the footloose and fancy freeness of his personality. Sometimes you got to establish some things right there.
I think that Andy knew me, and I think he trusted that I was the type of brother that would make sure that his brother wouldn't make that same mistake again.
He handed me back the phone, and Coach Reid says, welcome to the Kansas City Chiefs.
the Kansas City Chiefs select Travis Kelce.
That was a pretty cool moment. Just to be there with my mother and my father. Seeing their reactions. That's why I do everything. So that I can make the people that I love smile.
Since arriving in Kansas City, Travis has made a lot of Chiefs fans smile. Over the past 5 seasons, he's racked up more than 4,600 receiving yards and 28 touchdowns.
He makes the catch! Touchdown! Kansas City!
Which gives him an excuse to do this.
Like in the end zone, it's just like I turn into just happy-go-lucky kid that life is so surreal that I'm in the end zone in the NFL. I'm just gonna go ahead and dance this off.
That's not my style, but listen, I'm old, they're young, and so I take it like a grandfather and say, hey, if you're gonna do it, make it a good one. I mean, come on.
And there's another little dance by Kelce.
The one where he did the pineapple hit or whatever he did with the thing where he punched the ball.
He said hit the pineapple, and I'm like, I have no idea what that is.
Listen, might have been hitting the Quan is that he was going for. He just didn't know what Quan was, so he replaced it with pineapple. I got moves for days.
Those moves helped Travis sign a 5-year, $46 million contract extension with the Chiefs, which has allowed him to indulge another passion.
I've always been into fashion. I've always been into ways to express yourself and be creative. One of my favorite suits was the Gucci suit. Then there's the fur game, you know what I mean? When it gets cold out, you gotta stay warm.
What do you think about his clothes?
You know, not my particular style. I think that he's always been trying to help me out in that regard, because I don't have any sense of style.
Was Jason Kelce's dress up on game day?
Whoa, game day fit. It's not dressing up. It's like dressing up.
You dressed up, dude.
Dressed
you acted
up.
like it was Halloween in December. What do you mean?
No,
you dressed up as a character.
No, I wore an outfit. I wore a game day outfit.
That was an outfit. That was somebody else's outfit. You dressed up as somebody. You didn't. You didn't outfit as somebody. You dressed up as somebody.
Yeah, but when I was alluding to the dress up, I'm talking about the guys that dress up. Like you wear stuff that like you normally wouldn't wear because it's like like
it's Halloween,
a black tie event. Well, I mean, but dress up. I don't know. I think it's different. I think it's different.
So you dressed down.
I dressed as.
Kelce's got it! Touchdown!
Jason Kelce fired up.
The Kelce Brothers Bowl, whatever you want to call it, leading up to the championship game.
So I'm going to take you back. Thanksgiving, we're on a production call. I'm like, hey, Trav, you ever think about playing your brother this year in the Super Bowl? And you're like, nah, man. Since that day to today, like, could you describe what this has been like?
I'll tell you what, it's always kind of been in the back of our mind because he's on an NFC team, I'm on an AFC team. It's always been like, yeah, we'll meet up at the mountaintop, right? I'll tell you what, you couldn't have scripted it any better, man.
I'm in rare form. Y'all still on the ground, you know I've been airborne.
Take us back to, like, your big brother, he's little brother. What kind of little brother is he growing up? It's like, is he a pain in the ass?
He was for sure a pain in the ass at times. Antagonistic would be a great word.
That's how you know you're a good little brother right there.
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason he's a really good player is he had to learn all these tricks being smaller and younger. He's mastered the head games now. I mean, sitting in the backseat with this guy on a road trip, poking me, and immediately when I go to punch him or hit him, my dad's screaming, stop fighting back there, Jason, what are you doing back there? And I'm like,
Imagine that household up in Cleveland Heights with Travis and Jason. They must have just torn that place up.
So, Trav, having Jason as the big brother, was there one moment that sticks out?
Honestly, it was through my entire life, man. I knew this guy was doing the right things. I went to the University of Cincinnati because he was there, and then I followed his footsteps into the league and getting drafted by the same head coach. He did all the real hard work. I'm coming in like a flanker, just like a little brother, just easy as can be.
Story of your life.
Been blocking for him.
That's
Jason Kelce, you stand behind that guy and you're going to find yourself in some pretty good places.
Was there like a moment as the big brother where you had to deliver some news that he might not have wanted to hear?
Early on in his career at Cincinnati, he came to me and he's all pissed off. He's like, man, I'm better than these other guys. I should be playing more. And I'm like, bro, you want to get more playing time? Go out there and prove you're the best. Go out there and prove you're better than everybody else.
Stop being, the guy that complains about everything and do something about it.
Travis Kelce finds the end zone.
I'm gonna show you a picture here, and I just want your first reaction.
We looked exactly the same in our face.
So good.
Like I'm just scowling with my eyebrows. And then Travis's look right here, this was like all growing up. This is the Travis Kelce special.
That's still my look.
You guys have both celebrated a Super Bowl with each other. This one's a little different. Can you even anticipate your first reaction, either side of the coin?
It's an awkward feeling, man. It's going to be a lot of a mixed emotion because we're going to see the guys on our team absolutely going nuts, and then we're going to feel for the guy across the ball that didn't get it.
When you win a Super Bowl, it's an intense amount of like individual gratification, and when you watch a brother win one or a loved one win one, it's like this incredibly outward happiness for somebody else.
How about it, Joe? It's Mama! I'm so happy. I love you, Mom. How about this? I had the week of your life, I had the year of my life. How about this? I already saw Trav. I'm looking for my parents. I don't know if they're down here yet.
Congrats, game, brother. Hell of a season.
Thank you.
We'll see you back here next year. How about that?
Oh, man. I love you. Good job. Let's celebrate with Trav.
Philosophy is everybody gets to lead in their own way, and Trav does it his way. I do it mine. I think Travis's personality, he always cares about his teammates, always wants to win. He's just a little bit young and trying to have a little bit too much fun, but that's caught up.
Never have too much fun.
I told him, I told both of you guys, let your personality show.
Yes.
He threw the flag at the official.
That was amazing.
You picked it up and handed it to him. That's the difference. Huh?
I'm giving my best effort.
He's confident.
Honestly, I got less confident when I remembered how much bigger you are than me. I'm like, wow, I'm good at chugging.
Have you ever lost the shot?
I tied one time.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh my God! It's like sitting right here.
We're going to start the Hoagie building competition. It is future Hall of Famer Jason Kelce versus future Hall of Famer Travis Kelce in a Wawa Hoagie making contest. What do we got? Turkey?
Your meat, and then you're gonna put 2 tomatoes, and then like a pinch of lettuce, and then you're gonna pass it down. They're gonna wrap it. You have to make as many as you can in 60 seconds. You got this.
How many hoagies have you made in your life?
I mean, never with time. It's always been a very slow, articulate. Yeah, exactly.
So cheese, turkey,
like that, and then
lettuce,
you just separate
tomato.
them by the plastic.
Is there any rule on how much that?
It's supposed to be 2 and just a handful. Make a mess.
2, zip, 2. All right.
Mark.
We gotta get them out, guys.
Gotta teach my brother how to make a hoagie, man.
Congratulations on this.
Good job, Jason. Everybody here at Ciano, who was the winner of the hoagie building competition?
Well, he was the winner before he got here.
Unbiased.
best.
Jason Kelce.
Congratulations. Happy 31st Hoagie Day, everybody. And in honor of your championship, Wawa's donating $5,000 to Team 62 to benefit Eagles Autism. We can't leave Travis out. We're going to donate $5,000 to benefit Travis as well for Eagles Autism. Oh, my gosh.
Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it.
Jason, your remarks.
Oh, my gosh.